Hello, my dear students. How are you all? So, this is the very first class of second chapter, which talks about corporate strategy. So, if we will start talking about strategy in a layman term, what does that mean? Strategy is basically which we make to, achieve a goal. We have been making strategies. Okay, let us do some kind of fun over here. So, we are making strategies from our childhood itself. I still remember that by the time I was a kid, I was there in my childhood. So what I used to do, and now there was a need of cycle. I need cycle. All of my friends got cycles from their parents. Now I need a cycle. So what I have started, I'm not going to have dinner. I'm not going to have lunch. I want it anything until unless you are going to give me a cycle. Give me a cycle. I don't know. So what was that? That was a planning. That if I'm not going to eat, if I'm not going to have anything, that definitely my parents are going to be emotional and they are going to give me a cycle. After that, when I was there as a teenager, after that I went for a bike. Then I told them, I don't know. I will not go to school. I will not go to my college. I just need a bike. I need a bike. I don't know. I need a bike. All of my friends have a car. At least I should have a bike. None of them had a car at that time. So after that, I got a bike. So what was that? We need to have a strategy. We need to have a strategy for each and everything. If I know I need to get a car from my parents, for that I need to plan. I need to do a strategy. I need to plan a strategy. That first of all, I'll start demanding. Okay? If they agree, then it's okay. If they did not agree, after that I'll skip my food. I'll stop going to school as well. Now, apart from that, if that still carries on, I'll lock myself in my room. And if that still carries on, definitely they're not going to give me anything. So they'll understand. That he's just making a nonsense, nothing else. He'll be back to track once he'll feel angry. Okay? So this is now basically the criteria. So anyways, whatever the two scenarios, let's leave them. So every company basically has a motive. Every company, that can be Audi, BMW, or we'll talk about Maruti Suzuki, we'll talk about Tata Nano. Every big company basically has a mission with them. So even our institute has a mission. Just like that company, even our institute has a mission. Do you know that? And in order to, fulfill that mission, in order to achieve that mission, they make such a certain kind of strategies. They make certain kind of strategies, they make certain kind of plans. You have also heard about it so many times in movies that plan A, we are going to work on plan A, plan B, plan C. What are they? They are strategies. So just like that, if I want to be the market leader, there are some strategies. There are some strategies which needs to be incorporated. Strategies are not like that they are only required only for one thing. Strategies are required across the organization. They are required at each and every level across the organization. The whole organization requires strategies. It's not like that only one thing requires strategies, or only one department, or only one level of the employees need to have strategies. So let's talk about strategies now. So let's go ahead. Let's talk about corporate strategy. As you know, the meaning of corporate, it's company. And when it comes to strategy, strategy is basically used to describe the direction that organization used to follow in order to fulfill mission. So what is that? This is basically the direction. Then first of all, in order to be successful, first of all, what we need to do? We need to have, first of all the knowledge. In order to get a top shot job, I should be well equipped with all the knowledge which has given to me. Second is, I should revise each and everything. I should be aware about all the amendments. So what I'm doing, I'm just preparing a plan that what should I do? What are the things which needs to be done? Along with examination, I need to look after the personality development as well. I need to look after all the things that how I need to behave. Ethics is not just a subject that should be a part of your life. That needs also to be implemented. So what is basically in a single line, this is also a line which is mentioned over here, means to an end. I mean, means, let us suppose that I have traveled over here from my home to my office at SuperProfs. I used to travel using my car or my metro, whatever the scenario is going to be. And now, what is the means? It means to an purpose or objective. Purpose, objective. Okay, got it. Should we go ahead now? Okay, so in order to achieve any kind of mission, they need to follow such kind of directions, and in order to follow such kind of directions, we make strategies in order to achieve our missions. So there are basically 5 P's of strategy. 5 P's of strategy. So let us take the very first P. The very first P is, plan. Plan. What is a plan? Plan is basically the outline or the whole outline or the whole decision, how that can be carried out. Plan is basically, laying down or making a bundle of whatever the steps we are going to incorporate. So what is the plan for CR classes? We'll be taking classes in the very morning itself as you are taking classes, and after that you are going to end with the subject, right? Your corporate strategy for 50 marks will be over in 50 classes. That is assumed. Okay, so what is that? That is a plan. So plan is generally written as course of action. Course of action, which is part and parcel of strategy. It's a course of action which is a part, which can be a part and which can be the whole package. That means parcel of strategy. The next is ploy. It's not play, it's ploy. P-L-O-Y. So what is this? This is basically an act or action to gain over opponent. Let us suppose that there's a company A Limited and there's a company Z Limited. A Limited and Z Limited are willing to go for a tender. A tender who, what is a tender? Yeah, exactly. That was the government tenders I'm talking about. So A Limited wants to go for a tender and Z Limited wants to go for a tender. A Limited suddenly came to know about that they do not have funds. They do not have funds. So what they have done? They have increased their funds in order to get that tender. They have shown that they have a lot of funds as compared to Z Limited. When it comes to applying for a tender, you need to submit a lot of things. Then, as I know that my opponent does not have human resource up to the best optimum level, then what I'm going to do, I'm going to give them the best human resource. If I come to know about they do not have finance, I'm going to give them finance. If I came to know about that they do not have manufacturing technology, I'll be giving them manufacturing technology. So what I'm doing, I'm just gaining over my opponent. I know that what are the things that I need to give an extra in which I can beat my opponent. Okay, that is ploy. Okay, what is that? That is ploy. Z Limited wants to apply for tender but do not have funds. They have funds. So what is that? They are gaining over their opponent. So the next point is all about pattern. It's not about your phone pattern or the screen pattern which you used to have like this. Whatever the people used to do, I don't know. So it's just basically a series of action. It's a series of action to achieve predetermined objective. So it's a series of action. Consecutive actions, action after action, action after action. You are doing acts on acts, acts on acts. You are taking actions, you are moving ahead to achieve a predetermined objective. That means an objective, a goal which you have determined, which you have, totally figured out at a very early stage. So that is pattern. Apart from that, the next is position. Position is location of organization. Location of organization. And environment full of external factors. It's a location of an organization in which there are a lot of external factors on which organization has no control. Has no control. So there are some external factors on which we do not have any control. For example, let us suppose government policy. Can you control government policy? No, sir, you cannot control government policy. Government can change their policies time to time. Apart from that, you can change. Can you control the taste of consumer? Or can you control the preference of consumer? If consumer is liking your product, then it's okay. You cannot control him. You cannot bind him that you should like our product for the period of till the time you are alive. No, you cannot control him. You cannot control him. So these are the things which are beyond your control. So taking that external factors into picture, where the organization is standing, that is what we call as position. Now the next P is perspective. Next P is perspective. Perspective, what is perspective? Perspective is basically, sir, view. Okay, view. Everybody has a different perspective. Everybody has a different approach. Everybody has a different, view. Particular. If I'm going to talk about Narendra Modi, you should have a different views. And being a person, I should have a different views, some kind of different views about it. So perspective, seeing the world in a thorough and critical way. You should analyze things, seeing the world as a critical way. Stop taking things casually. You should not take such perspective as like that. It's okay. Such things should be considered in a very critical way, and they should be considered as well. Let us suppose that there are some changes in technology, and what you have to look at them in a very critical manner. So that is perspective. So these are basically the 5 P's which we have already covered. Now let's move ahead. Let's talk about the next topic. It's okay. There is something wrong with the lighting effect. It's okay. So the next is level of strategy. Levels of strategy is going to be our next topic. So first of all, levels of strategy exist at all levels and is required across the organization, as I told you about that also. It's corporate level. After that, it's divisional level. It's divisional level or business level. Divisional level or business level. Then it's operational or functional level. Operational or functional level. So these are basically the 3 types of strategies which we need to cover in today's class. So what is a corporate level strategy? If we are going to talk about, then you are only going to tell me one thing. That's a corporate level strategy as far as we know, that is concerned with the top level management. That's it. Exactly. So that was being a person, an executive or being a graduate, that are considered to be as, it's okay. You know about that? It's okay. So, but when it comes to a professional, when it comes to a company secretary, you are not supposed to give such kind of answers. So it's corporate level strategy. Corporate level strategy, as you just told me, that they are framed by top level management, right? Right? Exactly. So they are prepared for overall purpose and scope of business to meet stakeholders' expectations. Now, whenever you are making a corporate level strategy, you should keep in mind that what are the stakeholders looking for. Being a person, I have made such kind of strategies. I am making such kind of strategies concerned a person at the top level management. But before making such kind of strategies, I should be totally aware about, I should have a keen knowledge about that what are my shareholders, my creditors, or all the persons which do have a stake in my company are looking for. What are their expectations? They want the company to grow. They are looking for company to expand the business, or they are looking for the company to diversify the business. They are looking for the company to be expertise in their product, or they are looking for us to diversify our business, or they are looking for us to enter into a new area of business. So what are they looking for? They are looking for us to be globalized, or they're looking for us for something else. So all the things should be kept in mind before making corporate level strategy. This is not a strategy, it's a mission statement actually. Corporate level strategy is a mission statement. It totally tells you about the. None of you know about the mission of ICSI? No? You should check that, yeah? Please check that. By today itself, huh? Oh, sometimes it hurts. Okay. Should I go ahead? Hope all of you have noted it down. Should I go ahead? So let's go ahead. Let's talk about the next thing. Okay. So next is sir. Now, scope includes national and international developments, and technological advancement. Apart from that, it is planned for 5 years or more. Apart from that, it's a very crucial level as it is influenced by investors in business. I'm going to explain them. Please note it down first. And acts to guide strategic decision making throughout business. So what are they basically looking for? First of all, making a corporate strategy. Stop noting it down. Listen to me, please. Please listen to me. So, making a corporate level strategy will be shown everywhere. Your annual report, director's report, each and everything. The phenomena, all that whole booklet which you are going to give them to your shareholders, your creditors, everybody is going to have a look at your corporate strategy. What is the strategy which is adopted by your top level management? They are going to consider that. Okay, so that's why it is said, sir, it is influenced by investors because of the expectations. Investors are looking for the company to grow, or they are looking for the company to grow within India, or they are looking for the company to establish some kind of business outside India. Okay, so your corporate level strategy is also going to guide some kind of decision making. That what is going to be your decision making process in your business? How decisions will be taken, this is getting totally reflected by corporate strategy. Okay. Should I go ahead? Yes, please. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's talk about the next level of strategy, which is divisional / business level. Divisional or business level. What we know about this kind of strategies, we just know about that these are framed by middle level management. That's it. Exactly. So When it comes into examination, what you need to write that this is directly connected. This is directly connected with future plans of profit center. What are future plans of profit center? Let us suppose that my company is there in 4 businesses. What is it? First of all, it's transportation. After that, we are into some kind of, building material. After that, we are into exports. Let us suppose we are there. But our profit center is mainly into transportation. Transportation is the main profit center. That is the only place that is a profit center for us, and we used to earn huge amount in that. So it is directly concerned with the future plans which we are going to make in relation to that transportation business. This will be totally concerned with future plans on that area which is a profit center for us, or which can be a profit center for us in near future. It is concerned about strategic decisions it's all about changing the profit center or making a particular thing as your profit center in future. How that profit center can be developed, how that thing can be developed as a profit center for us, it requires basically some kind of strategic decisions about, or example, for you can write them also them as, for example, choice of products. This decision can be related to choice of products. This can be related to meeting needs of consumer. Meeting needs of consumer. Let us consider Apple. What Apple is basically doing, Apple is fulfilling all the needs of the consumer. That's why people are looking for Apple all the time. Okay. So what is that? They are looking for the needs. Now let us suppose that suddenly what happened? Oppo comes up with something. Oppo being a Chinese company, we have got such kind of companies. We have heard about so much of kinds of announcements again and again. Oppo and Vivo, they are Chinese, right? Exactly. So let us suppose Micromax suddenly want to come up with a future plan of its profit center. Now Micromax want to satisfy the consumers up to the best. Micromax wants to develop a choice of products, that he want to give a large variety of products and satisfy customer up to the 100%, even more than 100%, in order to compete with Apple. So meeting needs of consumer, after that gaining advantage. So if Micromax basically develops such kind of strategies, that will be totally on divisional level. Meeting needs of consumer, gaining advantage over competitors. Apart from that, exploiting or creating new opportunities. Now, the next is all such kind of decisions which can be related to this, in which we can satisfy the customer, we can look after for enhancing, in order to increase the profitability, in order to look after for future plans, where we can have a profit center, we can have our profits maximized. That is concerned with business level strategy or divisional level strategy. So here functions are divisionalized. Divisionalized means they are totally market oriented. What is basically market oriented? As we know that really very well, marketing is not about looking after your production. Marketing is all about that you need to sell whatever you make. It's all about selling a comp to a person who is totally bad. Market oriented, which deals with current and future product line and market. Product line and market. Okay, did you got that? Got it? Should we go ahead now? So here it is that we totally need to focus on the current and market product line. We need to focus on the what the market basically demands, how the needs of the consumer can be fulfilled, how we can gain advantage our competitors, how we can explore new opportunity. Let us suppose that phone comes in market with 112 megapixel camera. What is that? You have explored a new opportunity. You have created a new opportunity. You have explored your mobile phone, and after that, let me assure you, if Micromax comes up with with a camera phone that is for 110 megapixels, what will happen then? So that will be huge. That will be huge. Even our eye is 126 megapixels. Yeah, I mean, giving this much clarity, seriously, yeah, that will be beating DSLR then, if Micromax come up with that. And after that, such kind of strategies are developed at divisional and business levels. Both of them are C. So should we go ahead? Let's talk about the next thing, the next topic. Noted? Or else you can use print screen, or else you can pause. The next is operational oblique functional level. Operational oblique functional level strategy. So what is that? It basically targets the departmental or functional aspects of operations. What are the departmental or functional aspects? They are totally related to, just give me a moment. Okay, so they are totally related to, marketing, selling, distribution, production. All these they are functional aspects. They are functional aspects of operations. So we need to target over there. After that, it focuses on issue of resources, processes, people, etc. Let us suppose that there's a company, and what that company generally do, that company manufacture tea. So they used to manufacture tea, and after that they used to follow a long process. There's a process involved, and after that they suddenly come up with a new process which is totally related to, that process. Now they come up with a technology which says that your process is totally reductant. This should be eliminated. That process is totally obsolete. That process is of no use. That's a process of old times. Now, if you are going to switch towards the process which is as per the new technology, you'll be gaining 10%, 20% or 30%, whatever the time and resources are. So what they are basically doing, they are focusing on resources, process and people. Okay, so what if the people who are involved in operational or functional levels for organization. Now, apart from that, success is dependent on successful implementation. Of strategic decisions. Regarding activities and operational or functional levels. You can use the word on. So what is generally what he's saying over here, being a student, by the time when I was a student, we used to prepare timetables, we used to prepare a lot of things, we used to have such kind of charts in our room that I'll be studying for 8 hours a day. From today itself, I'll start taking classes, I'll start doing this. But from the very second day itself, what happens? We just fail to implement that. So what is he saying, that your strategic decisions can be successful, but that is totally dependent upon the implementation, that how you implement them. So this can be considered as a very important point. Okay, even we used to make strategies, but that totally depends upon how we implement them. If you are implementing them to a very good level, then it's really great. If you are unable to implement it, I'm sorry, that is of no use. Okay, should we go ahead? Okay, now let's go. Let's talk about the next difference between. What is the difference between actually? So here we are going to talk about the difference between two level of strategies. What are they? They are corporate level strategy, and then it is business level strategy. Corporate level and business level. Let me come over here so that I can see you clearly that what you people are doing. Hope nobody is using his or her mobile phone in the classroom. So let us first of all consider scope. Which one is wider? What do you think? Which one is wider? Which has, a wider scope, a wider area as compared to corporate level strategy or business level strategy? Corporate level strategy considers the meet of expectations of stakeholders, whereas business level strategy is concerned only with developing for profit center for future. So scope is wider when it comes to corporates, and for business level strategy it's narrower. It's narrow as compared to corporate level strategy. So the meaning, let us take the meaning as well. On the basis of meaning, corporate level strategy basically covers overall organization. It covers overall organization with different business units. It covers overall organization and whatever the business units that are located, that can be from functional areas, that can be from our subsidiaries, that can be from associate companies. When it comes to, making a strategy at a corporate level, all the people in the organization, they are included, and all of them directly or indirectly work for the mission itself. Covers overall organization, and after that, so as we were talking about the business level strategy, which clearly says that it considers particular business unit or particular market. It considers particular business unit or particular market. They used to focus only on profit centers. Remember that term? On profit centers for future plans. So what they are basically doing, they are focusing on business unit and on a particular market. Now, apart from that, let us look after for the coverage. Now, the coverage says that it covers different sections. It covers different sections of organization on basically how they are taken up together, and how resources are allocated to achieve goals. So as I told you, the corporate level strategy is basically concerned with each and everything with the whole organization, and they need to look after how resources are taken up, how all the people can work together, how resources can be allocated, how they will be reduced. All the things related to that are taken up in the corporate level strategy. Now, in the business level strategy, it requires change and problems faced. They are basically concerned for change and problems faced in particular market area, and grab new opportunities. Okay, now I can come over here. So over here in business, when it comes to business level strategy, it is totally concerned with that how business can develop over there. Let us suppose that a company is able to operate in Delhi, but when it comes to operating in Punjab or operating in UP, Uttar Pradesh, or operating in South India in any of the states. So it becomes very difficult for them. For them, the strategies which are going to be developed, they are business strategies. Okay, so we are done for the day. Seriously, yeah, we are done for the day. It's over, and now we are going to revise whatever we have accomplished. And actually, I need to go somewhere. Sorry. So after that, in the next class itself, we'll be covering huge things, and within the next one class, this chapter is going to be over. Okay. I mean, these are initial days now. That's why I'm giving you such kind of leverages. Chill, relax. So let's go ahead. Let's talk about that. Whatever we have, discussed over here. So corporate strategy, whatever the strategy is, that is a direction in order to achieve your fulfill the mission. It means to an end. That means the purpose and objective. 5 P's. That means plan. That is a course of action, which can be a part or that can be the whole package as well. Ploy is basically an action to gain over opponent. Let us suppose Z Limited is the opponent. They do not have funds, but when it comes to A Limited, they have funds. They have funds. Okay, they have funds. Okay, let's go ahead. What is pattern? Pattern is basically a series of action to achieve predetermined objective. That objective which you have already fixed, which has been already decided, to achieve that, the series of action is pattern. Position. The location of organization when it comes to, after considering the external factors, such kind of external factors which are beyond my control, which are not in my control. Example, taste of consumer preferences. They keep on changing. Let us suppose at this scenario, if I'll prefer wearing a blue, and I'll prefer later on, after some time, I will prefer wearing a white. At present, let us suppose I used to prefer something like, US Polo. Later on, I can prefer for Van Heusen. Oh, sir, it's okay. It's, little bit, okay. So, I cannot control them, and considering such kind of external factors, I need to look after that where I am standing. And the perspective, that seeing the whole world in a crucial and critical way, not to think casually. So first is corporate level strategy, and this basically covers the overall purpose of business and to meet the shareholder expectations at whatever the shareholders basically expect or the stakeholders expect. They expect that from the corporate level. That means from the top level management. They never used to expect it from a business level strategy or from the operational level. So corporate level strategy is totally concerned with the mission statement as what we need to achieve, what are the goals of organization. Now the scope includes at national and international level. They are planned for 5 years or more. And at this level, it is totally influenced by the investors, the stakeholders. Their expectations are to be kept in mind all the time, because when it comes to the mission of a company, of an organization, that mission is totally public. All the investors, all the people, even the public also, they are aware about what are the visions of what is going to be the aim, what are going to be the goal of the organization. They act to guide strategic decision making throughout the business as well. Divisional business level, they are directly connected with future plans of profit centers. That what is basically our current and future product line and market, how functions can be made market oriented. How functions can be shaped as per the demand in market. So they generally involve choice of products, decision on choice of products, meeting needs of consumer, gaining advantage, creating and exploiting new opportunities. Now, operational and functional level targets. They target basically the functional aspects. Let us suppose the marketing department, sales department. After that, that can be finance, that can be accounts, that can be secretarial. Focusing on such kind of functional aspects. They basically focus on issue of resources. So these strategies focus totally on process, people, and the resources which are given to each and every functional area. What is that generally? That is basically that how many resources are given to accounts, how many resources are given to legal, how many are given to finance, how many are given to sales. So on that, and on the basis of the processes which are adopted by the manufacturing team, or that can be by the production team itself, they are also evaluated. Okay, so on that basis, the such strategies are developed, and the success is totally dependent upon successful implementation. Remember the timetable example? We used to have such kind of strategies, but the successful implementation is very much necessary in order to implement them, in order to make your decision successful. Now, corporate level strategy has a wider scope, it has a narrower scope, it covers overall organization with different business unit, it covers only a particular business unit or covers only a particular business market. It covers the different sections of organization, that how they can be taken up together, how they can work together, and how many resources needs to be allocated, and so that an organization can achieve the goals in a very limited point of time. Whereas business level strategy is concerned with the change and problems in a particular market area and how they can grab new opportunities. So, thanks, bye-bye, take care, and see you in next class. And please do not forget to share your doubts if you have any. Next class will be a short 1 hour. Bye.